All right. Appreciate everybody waiting on me. First, we're going to get into a little bit of the new book, The Essential Guide to Tattoo Marketing. I'm going to go over a couple things there. We're going to go over a couple of those things. If y'all have any questions, drop them in the chat. As we're going, I'll read through those. Any questions y'all have, like I said, I'm down to answer anything when it comes to tattoo marketing, branding, business, getting new clients, maybe even like paid ads, whatever you need help with, feel free to drop it in the live chat. I'll get back to you. Marketing is an important part of any business, and tattooing is no exception. I understand you want to be tattooing, and you'd rather be creating right now. Maybe you're overwhelmed or confused with how to market, how you can get new clients, or you don't want to come off pushy or salesy to clients. I get it. Without clients coming in, new eyes on your work, or people contacting you about getting tattooed, you won't have to worry about that. But if you're looking to grow your business and do more of what you love, you need to be focused on marketing. You need to have an idea about it, what goes into it, how it can help you grow your business, how it can help you attract new clients, do more of the tattoos that you want to do. Whether you're a seasoned tattoo artist, you just moved to a new shop, you're in a new state, recently out of an apprenticeship, whatever the situation may be, you need to have an understanding of how to market yourself, how it can attract new clients and grow your business. If you're watching right now, let me know where you're watching from, and we can tell me what the weather's like over there. It's a little cold, getting a little chilly over here in Texas. I know a lot of people right now, they say that tattooing is oversaturated, that there's too many tattooers, that things aren't like they used to be, that the magic's gone, and I get that. It's definitely a lot different, but I think there's more opportunity now than there ever has been in the industry. There's so many different avenues and platforms that we have to be able to grow our business and to market ourselves, to show off what we can do, our designs and our art, and share our clients' stories, how we're able to impact people's lives. And I think that's really special. And I think, like I said, we're at a time that we've never had the ability to be able to do that. 15, 20 years ago, to be able to market yourself the way that we have the ability to with these platforms, it would cost you hundreds of thousands of dollars to be able to reach these amount of people, and we have that ability for free. So I think we all need to take advantage of that while we can. I think sometimes we get a little, we get a nostalgia of the way things used to be, and we get a little upset that we have to try new things and figure out new avenues, But I equate it a lot to when you first started tattooing. When you first started tattooing, all your extra time went to drawing. It went to finding new references, researching artists, researching shops and styles that you enjoyed, researching the origin of those styles. It was a lot harder to get equipment years ago too, and things change and they adapt. And we have to be able to do the same if we expect our businesses to grow. So a lot of people say, what is marketing? So let's get into that. The definition from Google, what is marketing? The process of creating, communicating, delivering, and exchanging products and services to satisfy the needs of customers. Now, that's a pretty basic definition, but I think it breaks down a lot of the key points. One of the big ones is satisfying the needs of our customers. And I think a lot of times, especially if you've been tattooing for a while, It's easy to think that we know best, that we know the best ways of doing things, that our way is exactly the right way, and the way that we've been doing things doesn't need to change because it got us to here. Um, but I think if you're in a spot where you're watching this video, wanting to learn more about marketing, I think you understand that we do have to make some changes and we have to get a little bit more business minded when it comes to these type of things. And one of the ways that we can do that is by focusing on what our client wants and what their actual needs are, what they're saying in the market to us, either directly to others in our shop, in online forums or reviews of our shops or other shops. I think that's a great way that we can gain insight to what our clients are looking for. And when you're hearing it from their perspective, it's a lot different than saying someone on Instagram or even myself saying, hey, this is what clients are into, this is what they want. Let's listen to the clients, because ultimately that's where our business comes from, and they're going to give us the best direction of what they want to see more of, and what we could improve upon. So another part of that was creating, the process of creating, communicating, and delivering ideas. So that goes into another part of marketing, creating content, whether it be for these social sites, whether it be flyers and business cards and posters that we put up locally. How are we communicating what we do, how we do it, and who we provide services for? How are we communicating those things? And is the communication that we're currently using effective in the way that we need it to be? Excuse me. Again, we can look at what our clients are saying. If they're always confused, like I know a lot of clients are confused with the booking process. So one thing that we can do is to streamline that, give them one way to book something, one avenue of contacting us. I think that makes it a lot easier for people. And by directing them, we're communicating exactly what we want from them, and then it's a lot easier for them to communicate with us. Sometimes, especially if you've been in it a while, we have a tendency to overcomplicate things. We want to have people go through an email when they're already on these social platforms, and they don't want to jump right off of that platform and go to something that's a completely different interface, like an email, and fill that out. It's just not native, it doesn't feel right, and it's a lot easier if we can have them contact us through the channels that they're already reaching, that they're finding us on. I know that can be hard to juggle those messages. There are certain tools that you can use where you can have all of your messages coming into one inbox, whether from your social channels or your emails. So that may be something that you want to look at too. Different tools like that. There's a lot of different tools as far as message organization and CRM, client retention and reaching out to clients. Goes into another thing. Follow-up. That's one of the big things that I think a lot of people are missing when it comes to marketing. There's so many people that contact us and they either slip through the cracks, or we're not able to get back to them at a certain time, or just for one reason or another, like I said, they slip through the cracks. And so by implementing follow-up, I can almost guarantee you that is going to increase your business. Even if it wasn't where they dropped off and they didn't, receive a message back, but say it's been a while since they contacted you, reach out to those people again, shoot them a message. Hey, want to see if you were still interested in this. If you have a special going on, that's a good time to plug that and, offer that to them. But these people already reached out to us for a reason. They were interested in your services. And so let's use those resources. And it's a lot easier to market to somebody that has already expressed interest in what we do. So that's a good way that we can help build our communication of our marketing. Delivering and exchanging products and services. So if you're watching this, it's more than likely that you're a tattooer. So that's what your service is. So we need to figure out, with our marketing, we need to figure out who we're marketing to so that we know which services to offer them. Are people in your areas getting a lot of really crappy tattoos and they need cover-ups? Then you may be offering cover-ups and promoting those more than others. Do you specialize in portraits of loved ones and memorial tattoos, things like that? Then that may be the type of clients that you want to keep bringing in. We want to look at our target market and see who it is that we're actually trying to talk to. You can't just throw marketing at everybody and expect results. If you're just trying to market to everybody, you're not going to have any clients, and you're going to end up doing probably a bunch of stuff that you don't really want to. I mean, we have to do those tattoos sometimes. We don't always get to do the tattoos that we want, but if we're aiming and marketing at the right type of people, it's more likely that they're going to get the type of tattoos that we want to do more of. So we want to narrow down our target market and figure out our messaging. What are their pain points? What do they need? What kind of styles are they interested in? Do they prefer appointments or walk-in availability? Do they want to come in for an in-person consultation? Would they be more likely to book if you offered something like a FaceTime or a video consult? These are all things we want to take into consideration when we're developing a marketing plan. We'll go more into the target market later and how we can get into developing an actual marketing strategy and plan. Like I said, we'll get into that in a little bit. Let me see. I don't really see. Hi, Maya. If you have any questions about tattoo marketing or business, feel free to reach out. Like I said, anybody can drop any kind of questions. Tattoos, marketing, branding, social media. There's been a lot of changes coming to some of the algorithms and some of the platforms that we're going to be going over a little bit as well. So if you have any questions about that stuff, content creation, that's a good one. Content creation. So a lot of people struggle with creating content and putting stuff out there, whether it's you feel your stuff's not good enough, or you don't know what to post, or you don't have anything new to post, or you're scared of someone judging you, or whatever it may be. Maybe you're just tired of not getting any kind of engagement on your platforms. So let's go into a little bit on some stuff that can help you with content creation side of things. Just the past 2 months, each month I've doubled my engagement. Not only my views on my Instagram, but also my engagement. And I haven't posted every day, but I've posted almost every day. And now I've gotten to where I'm posting trying to post at least two different pieces of content a day. Reels, of course, we've known have been doing really, really well. That's going to be kind of changing a little bit as far as reaching new people with some of the algorithm changes. But one of the best things that I've seen performing lately has been carousel posts. And that could be something as simple as a photo dump from your week at work, or whatever you did yesterday, or process of a drawing, or a stencil peel and then halfway finished with the tattoo and then a full tattoo. Carousel posts are doing really, really well. A again, like Reels have had a lot of drive for engagement up until now. They just recently announced that they're going to be kind of changing the way that the content is delivered to us on Instagram, and I'm sure that's going to kind of go to more of Facebook and some of the other meta platforms as well. But they're going to be trying to push more to your followers rather than as so much suggested content as they have been pushing. So we'll see how that goes. That was actually supposed to roll out this morning, so we'll see. I've noticed a few kind of weird things happening with my Instagram today, so I don't know if that's maybe some of the changes that we're seeing or not. But that's going to be an interesting one to look out for. You also now have the ability to completely refresh the suggested content that is recommended to you into your settings. You might not have that option now, but you will. That'll be something that rolls out across all accounts soon, which I think would be cool. It gives you the opportunity, maybe if you were originally interested in something, you may not be as interested in that now. So, you know, to be able to change your content preferences, I think is big. What was the other one? Oh, story highlights. So we all know, like, the highlight section on our Instagram. They have, you have your own little bar above your feed. They're talking about testing, putting it into its own category, the way that we have our original profile feed and our Reels feed. So we'll see what they do with that. I think that could be interesting as well. The more content that you can have on your platform, the more likelihood that someone is going to book going back into content. You know, the more opportunity we can get people to interact with us and see our brand, see what we do, see what we offer, the more likely they are going to book with us. So that's something to keep in mind and something to look out for. Some of those changes, those could be beneficial to us. I'm really excited about the story highlights though. I'm wondering too, I know that the type of content that you interact with can influence the type of content or the type of audience that your content is pushed out to. So I'm anxious to see if the resetting content preferences will change your audience of where your content's going to. So that's something maybe to keep a lookout for too. A little bit more back into the book. Marketing can help build your brand and reputation, both of which are crucial for long-term success in any business. And make no mistake, tattooing is no different. By creating a consistent brand identity and delivering a high-quality customer experience, you can establish a loyal client base that will continue to help you grow your skills, your network, influence, and your business over time. In most cases, your marketing can and will carry you further than your actual tattoo skills. You may not like the sound of that, but that's the reality of the world that we live in. You've probably already seen that in the market. Yes, you need to be doing the best possible tattoos you can, but you've got to get eyes on those tattoos if you expect to stay in business. It comes down to so much more than just the tattooing. And that's why I wanted to hop on here. You know, I wanted to answer any kind of questions that y'all have. I'm going to be going, I'm not really too sure how long tonight, but I want to answer any questions that y'all have. I want to go over a little bit more about the book. I want to mention some stuff about the upcoming algorithm changes, and just talk about a little bit about that, you know. Again, I think a lot of people are struggling with the content creation side of things. It has been a lot slower. Even I've been steady, but I definitely have noticed a drop in as many new clients reaching out. You know, so I've kind of switched up my content quite a bit. Like I said, I've been trying to do at least one reel and one carousel or still post per day.
Been noticing really good results with that. And I'm going to keep pushing that. I think with any kind of plan like that, it's important that you give it a little bit of time to see it out. That we have data and analytics to go off of to find out if that's actually working for you or not. So I'll continue with that for at least another 60 to 90 days. That'll give me a lot more data to kind of base where I go with my content from there. And I think that's a great way for you to kind of look at your content too. If you don't have anything new to post, look at your analytics and the engagement of old posts that you've had. Anything that's performed well, can you post that? You can a lot of times post that same content again, like completely again. When you look at, you know, how many of your followers are actually seeing your posts, most of them aren't seeing it, you know. So don't feel afraid to repost the same thing again. Or maybe you have a different angle of a tattoo that you did, or say you've already posted one angle of it, but now you're posting a time-lapse video, or you have a stencil peel and, you know, a still photo, and you make a carousel post, whatever it may be. You should be repurposing your content. Just posting a tattoo one time and then complaining that you got no engagement over it is kind of silly. Like I said, like all your followers, these people are not seeing your posts. They're not all seeing your posts all the time. So to complain about not getting engagement when you only post it once, you're leaving a lot on the table. So repurpose your content, repost it. Don't be afraid about that. If people are mad about you reposting your content and pushing your work out there, you know, then they're probably not somebody that you want following you anyway. So I wouldn't necessarily worry about their opinions. Now, that does go to say, you know, you don't want to be on your feed the whole time just saying, hey, DM me, book now, book now, book now. I have a tendency to do that too, and that was brought to my attention. You know, someone told me recently, it's like, I feel like that's all you do. So I've been kind of scaling that back as well. Gary V, I don't know if you're familiar with him, Gary Vaynerchuk, he has a book called Jab, 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 Right Hook. And so that's basically you want to deliver, and then ask. You know, no one likes being sold to. And going back to feeling pushy or salesy, you know, you don't want to have that feeling. But you do need to be promoting your content, and you do need to be showing people that you're available, that you are open to hearing their ideas, that you want to hear from them, you know, that they can contact you. So that's something that we want to remember as well. You have to ask. Like the old saying goes, a closed mouth doesn't get fed. You know, if I'm just sitting there waiting for all these people to contact me, and I'm sulking over it and complaining and doing nothing about it and not even asking, you know, you're leaving a lot on the table. And I think sometimes too, clients are kind of hesitant. You know, they don't always know if you're booking appointments. I think a lot of people, you know, think that we are, you know, busy all the time. Over the past few years, we have been, you know. But that's kind of changed, and you have the ability to be communicating with your clients a little more thoroughly, you know, reaching out for that follow-up, contacting people that haven't reached out about a second session again, you know. Don't feel bad about asking, you know, and telling people that you're booking appointments. Like, that's the only way you're going to book new appointments, is by saying, hey, I'm booking new appointments. It seems kind of obvious, but I know it kind of gets lost a little bit. It does to me too. Again, I see a few more people watching. I don't know who all it is. If y'all have any questions about tattooing, business, marketing, branding, feel free to drop it in the chat. I'm looking at the chat. I'm waiting for y'all's questions. I want to hear your questions. I want to answer your questions, whatever they are. We'll get back a little bit more into the book. Let me find a good part here for us. Clients want to be respected, treated well, and know that their opinion matters. Are you taking what they're saying to you or in the market seriously? Or are you brushing them off, believing that you know best, dismissing their ideas, and making them feel dumb? You're the professional after all. How could they know better than you? While this may feel like the best way to handle it, and they may still get tattooed by you, treating your clients like this is a surefire way to leave a bad taste in their mouth. Not to get repeat business, and probably some less than favorable word of mouth reviews. Clients aren't always the most informed when it comes to what makes a good tattoo, what's actually achievable in the skin, what'll hold up long term, and how the whole process works. We do this every day, to the point it's almost second nature. It's really easy to forget that everybody doesn't know exactly how this works. These people have been saving up and working hard to get tattooed. They're super excited and probably pretty nervous. It's part of your job to make them comfortable and educate them at the same time, building trust and awareness in you as an artist and in your brand. You can give them your time, your attention, and your respect when they're explaining their ideas, and you use your unique vision to bring those ideas to life in a way they never could have imagined, all the while making them calm, comfortable, and providing an exceptional experience throughout the process. Right. Let's see. Identifying target market. We were just talking about that. All right. So when we're identifying our target market, we want to figure out who's the most likely to be interested in our services. Some of the first things we may want to look at are demographic characteristics. What are their age? Where are they located at? Do they make a certain type of income? Are they interested in certain types of tattoos? Do they have other similar interests and hobbies to us? That's another good way that we can relate to them, and that we can incorporate into our messaging. What are their pain points? Have they had any problems with tattooing in the past? Has it been hard to get a hold of an artist? Have they had less than favorable experiences? Looking at these things will give us a better idea of who our target market is, and how we want to connect with them, how we want to reach out to them, and probably even the platforms that they're going to be on, especially when it comes down to age. We've seen a lot of newer platforms. You'll see they start with the younger generation, but as a few years go by, older people start getting on. TikTok is a great example. When they first came out, most people did not want to get on it. Anybody that was talking about getting on TikTok for marketing or business was basically laughed at, because everybody mostly wanted, or everybody on that platform was younger. But as these platforms grow and get the word out more, and they become more ingrained in the culture, older generations start to latch on. Looking in your analytics, look on your Instagram dashboard, look at your age ranges. That's going to give you a good, who is constantly looking and engaging with your content. All those engagement, or all those demographics, are in your analytics on your Instagram. They're also on Facebook. I'm not really on TikTok, but I believe most platforms have analytics or an account dashboard that you can see that type of stuff in. And you want to pay attention to that stuff. It's going to give you a lot of valuable information, whether it be, like I said, demographics, how long somebody's watching your videos, are they actually engaging with them, are they getting shared. It's real cool, and like I said, it gives you a lot of insight on what you can repost, what you can repurpose, or maybe what you should change up or exclude altogether from your marketing and content. So the next thing, once we've kind of understood and figured out our target market, we need to figure out what their needs and preferences are. I'm going to ask questions about their preferences when it comes to communication. How can you make it easier for them to contact you? What kind of tattoo styles are they interested in? Do they prefer walk-ins or appointments? Ask what they're looking for in a tattoo artist. Is it someone to tell their story? Is it professionalism and bedside manner? Does it come down to artistic ability and certain styles of tattooing? Maybe thoughtful and consistent communication skills, or a combination of the above. Some of the ways that we can figure those things out and figure out those is by talking to the clients. Either directly, we can look at reviews, we can look at online forums. Anything where the client is talking about an experience for themselves, like I said, like a review, online forums, personal recommendations. Anything where they're speaking from their own experience is going to be very valuable to us. Any information that they're sharing. Another ways we could do that is conducting market research. That can come down in the form of surveys, focus groups, like we already said, social media. We can look at our analytics, not only from our social media pages, but if you have a website. If you don't have a website, you're fucking up and you need one, like right away. Like it's way more important than your Instagram or any of these pages. Like really, you need a website. Like seriously, get a website. You need that. We can look at all that information, and the more content that you're putting out, the more data and information it's going to give you about what's working, about the people that are engaging, and it's going to help you as far as pushing forward and developing your marketing strategy. Other ways that we can do that is studying the market. What are other shops doing? What are other artists doing? What's going on, in their reviews? We can go and do guest spots at different shops or conventions and see how others are running their business. What's working for them, what maybe not work, maybe what's not working is best. And we can look at those things and help us kind of get a better idea of our own marketing efforts. We can also take an opportunity like a convention to try out your process on multiple people at a time, and a very large range of people, a wide demographic of all ages, all kinds of different people. So I think that's very valuable information to gather too. We can also study other websites in the industry and social media profiles to understand their messaging and branding. We can get out into our community, have conversations with your fellow artists. I feel like tattooing has lost a lot of that camaraderie and that togetherness. We used to. I haven't been tattooing that long, almost 12 years. But it seems like even, then it felt like shops and artists, were a little bit closer, and we kind of shared ideas, and it was more of a community, so don't forget to get out there and talk to your, your fellow artists. What's working with their content, what's working at their shops, what isn't working, what can we improve upon. When we're able to lift one of us up, it rises for everybody. So let's get out there and build that community, because that's a valuable, not only is it a good support system to have as an artist, creative, and a business owner. It's there's a lot of information to be had in that. So let's not forget that that's there. We can also read online reviews. What's working and what isn't. What do the clients love? What do all the best shops have in common among reviews? What are maybe some common issues? This helped immensely when I was first starting out, when I opened my first shop, and something I continually look back to. I was actually just looking at shop reviews just a couple weeks ago, actually, research and all that. I need to go and reply to a bunch of my shop reviews. But yeah, look at those things. You know, there's information in all these sources, whether it be what the client is after, what they didn't like, or what we can improve upon. You know, once we have a better understanding of your target market's needs and preferences and what's going on in the market, we can use that information to tailor your marketing efforts and strategy to better resonate and connect with them. This may include creating marketing campaigns that speak directly to their pain points, showcasing your work in styles that they prefer, and using language and visuals that appeal to them. Remember, you want to connect to your target market on their terms, in a way they can relate with, in a way they can understand. You don't have to do the same things as everybody else, but you don't need to reinvent the wheel either. You do need to be authentic, consistent in your marketing, and transparent with your processes. People like consistency. They want to know what to expect before they even walk in the door. Most importantly, your clients need to know that you have the solution to their problems and that your work aligns with what they want as well. Sometimes you just need to look at things from a different perspective to get all the insights that you need. And there's a lot of insights to be had. Like I said, in your Instagram and your Facebook, look at those insights in your professional dashboard. Look at I think on Instagram, at the top of your posts now, you can like click a little button that says View Insights. You know, look at those things. Look at if it was a reel. Look at how long they watched for. If they stopped watching after 2 to 3 seconds, that means that the beginning of the video needs to be improved upon. The game has changed. Just posting a tattoo, you know, just posting a time-lapse video, it is possible and it can work sometimes, but more than likely people are going to scroll right past it. They need something that's going to draw them in and catch that attention. So when it comes to video especially, if you're able to include a hook or something in the beginning that kind of piques the interest, you'll see a lot of people on Instagram now, they're holding their mics or they're doing something with their mics or with their hands, you know. All of that stuff is kind of a visual hook to keep your mind interested, you know. When I have this coffee cup in my hand, you wonder what I'm doing with it, you know. Am I going to set it down right here? I'm about to spill it all over the place. Like, you don't know. And that is going to engage your curiosity, and it's going to make you want to continue watching these videos. If you look at a lot of the best performing videos, I guarantee you that they have a visual hook. And the even better performing videos not only have a visual hook, but they also have text on the screen for the first 2 to 3 seconds of the video that is going to hook your attention more. So those are things you need to be looking at when you're creating your content. You know, what is drawing people in? Are people engaging with it the way that I want them to? If no one's engaging with the stuff, like I said, if they're stopping, if they're scrolling past at 2 to 3 seconds, you know, it's probably something like that with your beginning hook, or it's just, you know, something needs to be improved upon there. And also your written word, you know, like if you want someone to read a caption, those first 2 to 3 words need to be very, very powerful. They need to, you know, catch my interest and engage my curiosity. Once I want to tap that, see more. You know, you want to make people tap that. If you have something valuable in there. And to do that, we have to have, you know, catchy, witty, you know, something that piques the interest for them to look at it. So that's something to keep in mind when creating both video and written content. You know, we need a strong hook, and you don't just want to use a hook that's completely different from what your market is. You know, because then you're going to be drawing in a bunch of useless views. It doesn't matter if you have, you know, 5 million views if the people watching your content are there for elephants and you sell tattoos? You know, we need to remember that we want aligned followers. You know, I don't want 500,000 people following me that aren't going to see my stuff, that aren't going to interact, that aren't going to get tattooed, that aren't going to come to my shops, that, you know, aren't going to support what I'm doing. Like, I really don't want those followers. I don't need a bunch of followers. I do just fine with, you know, I have barely over 4,000 followers, and I do just fine. Could I use some more? Sure, but I don't want useless people, like useless followers that aren't following me for what I do. You know, I've broken into a little bit more different variations into my content. I do want to include more of my own interests and my own hobbies, because that's going to attract like-minded people and people that I can sit with, you know, for a full day session. You know, because you got to be able to vibe with these people. So you want to make sure that you're attracting people that you actually want to do business with you, and that want, you know, that you want to do business with. So that's real important. Don't just create content to get all these people following you for no reason. You know, if they're not actually engaging with you or a part of your target market, it's going to hurt your engagement overall because they're not going to be interacting with your content. And like I said, you're going to be creating content for people that aren't even getting tattooed. So it's kind of pointless. So create from an authentic place. Create stuff that you enjoy. Create stuff that aligns with what you want to do more of and with what your target market wants to see. Because that's the only type of content that is valuable for you to create. Going into that, we'll go into brand identity. Studies show that businesses with a strong brand identity tend to do better over the long term. And if you're in business, that's probably one of your main goals, to continue doing what you love as long as possible. If you want to stand out, and that's becoming even more important, you're going to need a strong brand identity. With clients having so many choices at their fingertips, they don't even need to leave the couch to research, book an appointment, or inquire about services. So how can you show up where they are in a way that catches their eye, letting them know that what to expect and that you have the solution that they're looking for? The answer is brand identity. Your brand identity is the way that you present yourself to the world. It encompasses everything from your logo and your website, how you show up in person and online, your social media profiles, the way you interact with clients, and everything else. Your brand identity reflects your unique style, skill, and personality, and has the power to attract your ideal clients right to you. So how do you create one? First step in creating your brand identity is going to be to create... Oops. Sorry, I'm not good with technology though. I just figured it out. And that's what you need to do with your content and marketing. You just need to figure it out. Just start doing it, okay? You'll get better at it once you get there. Just keep doing it. The first step in creating your brand identity is defining your brand personality. Your brand personality is a set of human characteristics that you want your brand to be associated with. This includes things like your values, your tone of voice, and your visual style. To define your brand personality, ask yourself the following questions. What are my values and beliefs as a tattoo artist? How do I want people to feel when they interact with my brand? What words would I use to describe my brand's personality? What's my tone of voice when communicating with clients? What visual style best reflects my brand's personality? Once we've done that, then we're going to establish your brand voice and your visual identity. Those are two key parts of your branding. Your brand voice is the tone and the language that you use in your marketing materials and interactions with your clients, whereas your visual identity includes your logo, your color scheme, graphics, and overall design aesthetic. When developing your brand voice, consider what comes natural and best, and what resonates with your target market. Do you want to be playful and lighthearted, or more serious and professional? Once you've defined your brand voice, use it consistently in all your marketing materials. Including social media posts, website, copy, emails, etc. Your visual identity should also be consistent and representing of your brand. Choose colors and fonts that reflect your brand personality and use them across all your marketing materials. Your logo should be not only unique and memorable, it should be featured prominently on your website, your social media, and any marketing channels that you have. While your brand voice and visual identity should resonate with your target market, it's important to remain true and authentic to yourself. There's only one you in this world. The unique ways that you show up, communicate, and create are ultimately what brings your target market to you. You'll notice by being authentic and transparent, your ideal clients are naturally drawn to you and your unique way of doing things, which can lead to doing even more creative, meaningful, and fulfilling work. Creating a strong brand identity is a surefire way to differentiate yourself from others in the market. Calling in your ideal clients. Start by defining your brand personality, creating an appealing visual identity, and establishing a consistent brand voice. By being authentic and choosing how you want to be represented and show up to your clients, while taking into consideration their wants and needs, you're more likely to attract and retain those ideal clients. Better positioned to build a unique, memorable, and successful long-term business. What's up, Joey? How you doing? What would you like me to answer? You seem like someone who doesn't mind speaking their opinion. Speak it. What are we talking about, Joey? How you doing today? Yeah, man. Any question? Any question you got, man? Just drop it in the comments. I'm just talking about tattoo marketing and branding, ways that tattoo artists can grow their clientele, helping people get through the battles of figuring out what to post on Instagram, anything like that. All kinds of business stuff. Any questions you got like that, feel free to hit them. Appreciate a thumbs up on the video. Maybe share it with someone that you know that would be interested in what I'm talking about. Hope you're having a good day, bro. A strong brand identity also includes a consistent brand experience for your clients. To make it simple, your brand experience includes everything from the tone and the delivery of your marketing materials, the messaging your clients receive, how they're treated, all the way to the cleanliness and the vibe of your studio. Ensure your brand is reflected in every aspect of your business, from marketing materials, social media profiles, studio decor, and the way you interact with your clients every step of the way. A consistent brand experience helps create brand recognition while building lasting trust with clients and a strong reputation. Letting people know what they can expect ahead of time, every time they do business with you. What you've done up until now has got you here, but it's time to take it up a notch. You don't want to be exactly like every other tattoo artist or brand. What you do want to be is consistent. so clients know what to expect each and every time they interact with you. A strong brand identity allows you to do that, standing out in any market and building a loyal customer base in the process. Absolutely, Joey. You're welcome, man. I'm just here doing my thing on the internet of things, you know, speaking into the void. If anybody's watching, drop your comments. I want to hear from you. I want to answer your questions. All right. So yeah, I've just kind of skimmed around. The chapters of the book. This is the book. The Complete Guide to Tattoo Marketing. Everything you need to know to get new clients, build your brand, and grow your business. I'll drop a link to that in the video in the description once we're done. You can find that also on the Tattoo Scholar Instagram. So yeah, we've been skipping around a few chapters and just kind of little things here in the book. So now I'm going to be going into creating a strong online presence. Again, like I said, if you don't have a website, you need to get a website. If you are a creative, if you are a business owner, anything like that, and you don't have a website, you need one. Get one. Your website should be the foundation of your online presence. It's often the first point of contact for potential clients and the one platform where you can control all the information. Not only is it a great place to send clients for information about your services, it can also increase the likelihood of organic traffic from online search results. You want your website to be easy to navigate, visually appealing, and include all the information potential clients need to know about your services, your processes, and how to contact you. You can have a gallery of your best work, client reviews, testimonials, videos of your shop and you working. The website also gives you a great opportunity to go deeper into why and what it is you do. You can include artist bios, integrate online booking, consultation forums, video chats, blogs, online stores, pretty much anything you can imagine. So like I said, you really need a website. It should be the foundation of your online presence. Tips when designing your website. You want to use high quality images of your work, and these tips will kind of go towards social as well. You know, you want to use anywhere you're posting images, you want as high quality images as you can to showcase your skills and style. You want to include links to your social pages, articles that you may have written about you, or any relevant sites. You want to keep the design simple and easy to navigate. If I go onto a website and I click on a button and it doesn't take me anywhere, or I'm constantly getting redirected, the chances of me revisiting that website or finding that website useful are close to none. So that's something, you know, make sure that it's mobile friendly. Most websites and everything is accessed from a phone now. Very few people are looking at a website on a computer. I know I got a computer right here. I'm the weird marketing guy. Okay, leave that to me. You need to be making sure everything is optimized for a cell phone, because that is what the majority of people are looking at content on. So make sure everything is mobile optimized and easily accessible. You want it to be optimized for search engines, and you want it to be pushed out to search engines. You can do that through most of your platforms. It will give you an option to submit to index to Google. Think about how you use websites. What are your favorite features? What catches your eye? What keeps you on a site? Is there anything that immediately makes you want to leave? You want your site to be a hub of information, a resource for potential clients. easy to access with a smooth user experience. If it's taking 20 seconds to load a page, if links are broken, there's no clear flow of what to do, and no useful information on the pages you're sending people to, people just aren't going to use it. And it's the same with your social media pages. Um, if it's just a gallery of your work, it's so one-sided. Like, you only have that one thing to grab people's attention. Whereas, like, if you're posting also your hobbies and your interests, like I said, you're attracting like-minded people. And it's the same with your website. It may not be content of yourself, but you want content that is gonna, it serves a purpose, and there's a clear flow to that content. Once I go to my homepage, I know that I need to click this button to get a consultation with Jay, or to buy a t-shirt, or whatever it is, or to get to the blog post, and then there's a clear flow out of that as well, without any roadblocks, and without crazy load times, because load times are going to kill your engagement on a website. Even Google will rank you lower if your pages are loading slow. It's all about user experience. Everything is. Social media, your website, it's all user experience, first and foremost. And tattooing, as a business, is all user experience. Remember that. Fuck how you and me feel. It's not about us. We're just the conduit. Like that. Like it or not, social media is going to be an important marketing tool for tattoo artists, and it doesn't look like it's going away anytime soon. It can be a great way to showcase your work. It allows you to connect with potential clients, others in your field, and gain valuable insights about market conditions. Social won't always exist in the way that we know it today, but by using and understanding the current platforms, you'll be better prepared for the future rather than left in the dust. To build a strong social media presence, choose the platforms that are most relevant to your target market and create content that reflects your brand personality and style. You don't need to be on each and every one of these platforms, but you should start by posting regularly to the platforms you already use the most. You want to engage with your followers on social media by responding to their comments and messages, by sharing their posts that feature your work. And this engagement will help build trust and loyalty with your followers. Also, by encouraging clients to share your work, you're also able to reach their audience as well, which can be a great way to boost your existing awareness for free. And that's another thing I want to talk on, is encouraging people to share your work. Encouraging, that goes back to don't be afraid to ask for it, If you did a tattoo on somebody and you posted their picture on their Instagram, ask them to share it onto their story. Even if they only have a couple hundred followers, that is like basically a word of mouth review of them sharing their experience. Also, you should be asking them to go leave a review on a relevant review channel, whether that be Facebook, Google, Yelp, whatever it may be. But don't be afraid to go for the ask. Also, don't be afraid to ask them, like, hey, do you know anybody that's looking to get tattooed? Maybe they know someone that had a bad experience getting tattooed, or something similar to that, or they've heard, all their friends talking about getting tattooed. So, don't be afraid to go for the ask, whether it be for a review or to share your work, or, going back to a closed mouth doesn't get fed. You gotta work for it, baby. This ain't, Instagram didn't just come out. You can't just post the pictures and you're going viral. It's a little more work now. And if you don't like it, we can go back to doing organic marketing. It doesn't have to be online. We can go back to doing, business cards and flyers and posters and yard signs and community events. There's so many other options if you don't want to do the social thing. It doesn't have to be online. I don't want you to think that it has to be online. But I'm telling you from experience, when I was an apprentice, I would go out at least 2 to 3 times a week and be handing out flyers for 2 to 4 hours a time. You know, it's a lot easier to sit in my house and post on my Instagram and get clients that way, and do this little online marketing thing. You know, work on my website SEO and my user experience and what social platforms I'm on. It's a lot easier to do that, and the results are a lot more impactful doing that than they are if I was leaving business cards somewhere or posters in a local business. You know, but I believe in a mix of both. We've been leaning in heavy with physical promotion with both my shops the past few months, and been seeing good results with that. Going to continue leaning in with that. Like I said, if you're trying something new, I suggest stick with it. You know, 60 to 90 days. That'll give you a better idea of if it's working or not. You know, you can't just do something once or twice and be like, oh fuck this, it's useless, it's not working. It doesn't work like that. Alright. Hey Joey, yeah, I'm not really answering questions about tattooing process at the moment. Mostly just like I said, like the content, the marketing, and the business side of things today. I will be doing some videos on actual tattoo process and things like that in the future. So if you want to give me a subscribe, be sure to be on the lookout for that content because it's coming soon too, Joey. Appreciate it. Alright. Developing a strong social media strategy can help you increase your online presence, attract new clients, and cut through the clutter. Again, you don't need to be on every platform, but you do need to be where your clients are, and they are on these platforms. Social media can be a huge help for your business. You can let it hold you down like a ball and chain, or you can use it as leverage to gain awareness from your ideal clients while growing your business. Even just interacting on these platforms, you'll be able to gain valuable insights about your ideal clients, their interests, and what the market is actually looking for. Using these same insights can help you develop a stronger social media strategy that better resonates with your target market. One important thing to remember, don't get caught up in the vanity metrics of likes, followers, subscribers. Consistency is the name of the game with social. You won't see results overnight, but they will come with time. These platforms are mostly free, so take advantage while you can. Opportunities like this won't be around forever, and they only come around so often. So take advantage of them while you can. Alright, any more questions? Let's drop some questions in there, people. Any questions about tattoo marketing, branding, business? I want to keep going. Let's keep going. How many out? We've been going for 1 hour. Let's see how long we can carry this conversation on. I want to keep talking to y'all. I know y'all got some questions. I know y'all got some struggles, some things you've been needing some help on. So drop your questions, whatever you want to talk about in the comments. Tattoo business related, marketing, branding, social media strategies, content creation, anything like that. Here's some tips for creating your social media strategy. Again, we want to focus on high quality images. We want to use compelling captions, tags, and SEO to increase our visibility. We want to design your content for the specific platform you're posting on. I think that one's really important, especially if you're reposting content. You can repost the exact same content to multiple platforms, but you need to contextualize it for each platform. So I will post the exact same thing on Facebook that I will on Instagram. And sometimes it's surprising the difference in the reactions and the engagement that I'll get on those platforms. So I'm always playing with my captions, the pictures that I'm using. You know, feel free to switch it up. Like I said, hardly any of your followers are seeing it anyway, so repost it. It needs to be reposted. You got it in your phone, you got it in your catalog, you know, repost it. Repost the content. Engage your followers by responding to comments and direct messages. So this is another thing. Like a lot of people don't like to do DMs, but I know for a fact Instagram will penalize your account if you are not responding to your DMs. They like to see an active account in the DMs. They want to see you active in your comments. They want to see you active in your story. I know it sounds like a lot, but it's there. If you don't want to receive DMs, you can easily turn off your DMs. I'm pretty sure. I don't know because I've never tried that because I wouldn't want to do that because I want as many people contacting me as possible. But I'm sure there's a way to do that. But if you're not responding to these comments and these DMs, not only is Instagram going to look at it bad, but so are your clients. If they see that you're ignoring all the comments or not communicating, that's kind of like, it's a bit of a red flag. Collaborate with other artists and businesses to increase your reach. So that's another good thing, We, again, going back to community, as far as like the tattoo industry, it seems so divided in a lot of ways. And I feel like if we got together more, we could have a lot more of an impact and a lot more reach by doing these collaborations. Like you don't have to feel like the shop down the street is your enemy or like they're stealing tattoos from you, because there's enough tattoos for everybody to do. Like, I don't think a lot of people understand the extent that the tattoo industry is growing. I know regionally it seems really, really slow, but if you look at like the stats and the amount of people that are getting tattooed, the amount that they're spending on these tattoos, the extent to which they're going to get these tattoos. People are traveling and flying all over the world to get tattooed and spending thousands, sometimes hundreds of thousands of dollars for these pieces. So you can't tell me that the tattoo industry is dead or that it's lost its magic or that it's dying. No. It comes down to personal responsibility and us taking the responsibility that we need to change and we need to adapt and learn new things and figure out what's going on in the market and how we can adapt to it. Again, you don't have to do those things. We don't have to change and adapt to the market. If we are happy the way that we're doing things, if you're happy with the way that things are, more power to you. Continue doing that. But if you are looking for a change, if you are wondering why it's not working for you or trying to figure it out, it's worth looking at the information from as many sources as you can find that are legitimate and figure it out. The information's out there. Like right now, this is a free YouTube video, and there's literally hundreds more talking about marketing, business, sales strategy, social media, anything that you want. Like you can learn for free on the internet. If you don't want to learn it for free, I am opening up mentorship soon. But like I said, it's all out there for free if you want to go look for it. I've put in a lot of years going out there and looking for it. Whether it's YouTube videos, online courses, reading hundreds of books, years in actual business, whether that's service-based or product-based. I've put years into acquiring this information. It's all out there for free if you really want it. But if you don't, like I said, I'm opening mentorships up soon and you can pay me for it. So you can decide. Or you can not change. Like I said, if things are going good for you, don't worry about it. Again, creating a strong online presence is going to go a long way for growing your tattoo business. When you design a visually appealing website, you develop and employ a strong social media strategy, you're more likely to attract your ideal clients. And with a strong online presence, you'll be better positioned to grow your business to new heights. Even when changes are made, and they happen a mile a minute, taking action now gives you the skills that you'll need in the future, and you will need them in the future. Developing and honing these areas will set you and your business up for long-term success. And I think that's what we all want. We want to continue to keep doing what we love. You know, we want to continue to keep tattooing and impacting people's lives and creating. I know it, you know, it sucks because you didn't get into tattooing to learn business and to learn marketing and to be a content creator and to write engaging captions. I understand, like, you know, none of us got into it for that. But if you want to continue to keep doing this, it's going further and further and further down that route that this is what you are going to need to do. And so the sooner that you can learn how these platforms operate, how to communicate and use them as a tool rather than a hindrance, the better off you'll be in the future rather than left in the dust as things continue to change. To really be able to grow your tattooing business and reach your goals the way you want, you need to have a well-developed marketing strategy. You want to create something that reaches your target audience and promotes your brand effectively in a more predictable and repeatable fashion without you having to manage things every step of the way. Creating an effective marketing strategy to grow your business will require quite a bit of upfront work, but in the grand scheme of things will allow you to grow even eventually on autopilot. An effective marketing strategy can create a snowball effect in your brand and business when done right. Most often, not all at once. It's a gradual change, but one you need to be aware of and involved in, at least in the beginning. We'll discuss elements of a successful marketing strategy for tattoo artists and how you can use them to attract new clients and grow your business in a more predictable, effective, and efficient way. Again, I want to take a moment to put out the call if anybody has any questions, drop them down in the comments. I want to hear from you. I want to answer your questions. I want to help with anything that you have going on right now. Whether it, like I said, social media, strategy, branding, marketing, if you want to get into paid ads, do you want me to talk about paid ads? Let me know what you want to hear. I want to be of service to you. What do you need help with? Let me know in the comments, and I'll answer you right now. I'll also be taking any comments that we get and breaking those down into stuff for Instagram. I'll be breaking down some clips from this video for Instagram as well, so those will be available over there. If you're not already following, the page over there is at Tattoo Scholar. I share all kinds of business tips, marketing, branding, anything and everything you can imagine. I've just started going into a little bit of technique, have a couple seminar videos available soon. So that's all stuff that you may want to look out for as well. But yeah, if you have questions, drop them in the comments. I want to hear from you. Alright, so we've already identified your target market along with their wants and their needs and what they're saying in and about the market. Think about the problems they faced in the past. How can you give them a better experience? What holes in the market do your own unique skills, talents, interests, and styles fill? This is the first step in developing your own marketing strategy. Use that information. You can begin to properly plan your marketing efforts around those areas and target audiences that directly align with those principles and interests. Rather than just creating a post shouting, "Hey, look at me, I do this thing, pay me money," then being upset when you get no interactions and no one's booking. How does what you offer benefit the client? They want to know what's in it for them. What can they expect? And how will it be different than the shitty experience that they've had everywhere else? So we were talking a little bit about content and social media and websites. We'll go more into our marketing channels. Along with your website and social media, you also have email marketing. which is a very underutilized avenue in my personal opinion, and a very strong driver of results if done right. You have direct contact with people that have already expressed interest in you, your services, or your brand. They gave you their email for a reason. They wanted you to contact them. They wanted to hear about what you had to offer. So why aren't you emailing them? And if you haven't built an email list, you should start. And if you haven't built an email list, it's probably because you haven't built a website. And I told you earlier you need a website. So build a website, email lists. Let's get into that. Building an email list and sending regular newsletters can help you stay connected with clients and promote your services. It's also a highly underutilized way to reach your market and those that have already expressed interest. They chose to be a part of your list for a reason. They want to stay up to date with what you do and what you offer. It's also a direct channel that you have full control over what they see and experience, versus social media and other online platforms where you're competing for the person's attention with thousands of other pieces of content. If you don't have an email list, now is a good time to start one. And then going back into in-person advertising, like I said, this is not something I look down on. I've been leaning harder and harder into physical advertising again. I think physical advertising is not going anywhere, and it's still highly effective. So many people are focused only online now, so I think a lot of physical advertising and marketing is underutilized. So some of the great ways that we can do that is business cards, flyers, and posters. Those can all be great ways of advertising that a lot of people seem to forget about. When I first started tattooing, I'd go out at least 2 to 3 times a week and pass out shop flyers. You can personally do this or have an apprentice pass out flyers in busy areas of town. Another great thing to do is leaving cards and flyers with local businesses that may have a target market overlap. So if you have any other businesses that are close to you, that might be a good opportunity for you to leave business cards and flyers in. Again, people are so focused on social media and online advertising that they forget about in-person. Business cards, flyers, posters, yard signs, all of these things are highly effective. And you can target them exactly where you want them to be. And in that, you can also, target specific demographics and areas of town and types of people, so you have control over that too. And it's also a way for you to build a relationship with local businesses. You go in there and you ask, hey, can I leave some flyers on your counter? That may lead to y'all doing a collaboration sometime in the future. Look at things like that as opportunity. Again, you don't have to focus only online. There are so many opportunities to market your business offline as well. So don't feel like you're just stuck to online and you have to focus on that. Again, I will say your time spent and the impact that you can create with social media and online is far more powerful than in-person marketing. Just because you can only have so many people passing out flyers, you can only have so many businesses that have your flyers and cards and stuff in them. But I can run ads 24/7 until the end of time on any of these platforms. I can post content literally until I'm not here anymore, and it reach endless amounts of people, and continue to reach people after I'm gone too. So think about that. Think about how you're spending your time, where you're allocating your marketing efforts. How effective are they, and will they continue to drive business into the future, or will it be a one-time play? Like I've been doing a lot of flyering around town, and it's really good. People walk by them all the time. but there's only so many people that are going to see that flyer. Whereas, with a social media post, the amount of reach that it could possibly have is exponential. Another thing to look at is advertising in local publications such as community newspapers, magazines, blogs. These can all help you reach potential clients. Another underutilized and often forgotten about avenue for marketing your business. Local publications can be a great place to reach a community and people in your area. If you can reach out for an article from these sources. A lot of these smaller newspapers and smaller companies, they are desperate for content. They need people to interview. They need businesses to spotlight and showcase. So don't be afraid to reach out. Again, don't be afraid for the ask. Reach out to these publications, newspapers, even tattoo magazines. There are still tattoo magazines. Most of them are online only now, but there are, real life physical publications available for you to advertise in as well. And some of the smaller ones are starving for content, so don't overlook that. One of the best ones, and still, I think so many people overlook this one as well, which is referrals. Encouraging satisfied clients to refer their friends and family can be one of the most powerful marketing tools. It's one thing for you to promote your own business and what you do, but it carries a different weight when someone else shares that information. You know that. Especially with the rise in scams, subpar service, shitty experiences, and so much more. People are skeptical of almost all marketing. You know that too. Having someone else promoting for you, on the other hand, is marketing on steroids. The more people you can have spreading the word about you and your business, the better. Don't be afraid to ask your clients to refer their friends, their family, or anyone they know or hear about looking for a tattoo. You instantly expand the amount of people that hear about you without any extra effort on your part. You don't have to, but you can also incentivize referrals with special deals, merch, priority booking, etc. That's a good way to kickstart the process and hook up those people that are bringing in those new clients. So it's a win-win for everybody. Again, referrals, seriously. Don't be afraid to ask for referrals. You should be asking for referrals every chance you get. Creating compelling content is becoming even more important to promote your tattoo business effectively and engage with clients. With so many platforms and options and information coming at us at all times, it can be overwhelming to even get started. We'll go over a few tips for creating compelling content, how to identify content goals that work with your marketing strategy rather than against it, and how you can use various forms of content to promote your brand successfully and attract new clients. Identifying your content goals should be your first step in creating compelling content. Your content goals should align with your overall marketing strategy and help you achieve your business objectives. With so much more out there, it's easy to just say, I need more, I need to be posting more, I need a video editor, more. Most of this will end up being a complete waste of time without a real game plan. When you start just throwing shit at the wall, that's exactly what you end up with. A pile of shit and a dirty wall that you're left to clean. By creating content that aligns with your overall goals, you're more likely to hit the targets that you're actually aiming for. So what should your content goals be? Let's get into a few. I'd say one of your main content goals should be increasing your brand awareness. You want to increase the amount of people that know about your brand, that know about your services, that know about you as an artist, your shop, where you do it at, all the aspects of your brand awareness. You want more people contacting you about your services. Even if these people aren't necessarily getting tattooed, if more people are contacting you, it's a good sign that what you're doing is working. You want to showcase your work and your style as a tattoo artist. So if I'm posting fine line tattoo ideas, but I'm a realism artist, I'm not showcasing what I do, and I'm probably not attracting the type of clients that I actually want to work with. So we want to showcase our style, the work that we enjoy doing, and the work that we're most passionate about. You can still do any tattoo, and I feel like as a tattoo artist, you should be well versed. You should be able to do any style that walks in the door. Ultimately, we are in customer service, and you are to be of service to your clients. You're supposed to give them what they want, and do it the best possible fucking way that you can. Now, does that mean that you post every single tattoo that you do on your Instagram and that you promote every single tattoo that you do? No, it does not. If you look at my personal Instagram, I mostly promote stuff in my style that I enjoy doing, that I want to do more of. But I will tattoo literally anything that walks in the door, and I can. Any style, any day of the week at any time. I can do it as a walk-in, or I can do it as an appointment. Like I said, my first job is to make sure that the customer's happy. My own needs, and creativity, unfortunately, come at the end of that. And as you progress and as you get more clients, as business picks up, as you're more booked out, you can be a little more selective with these things. But until then, I think you need to be serving every client to the best of your abilities, and you should be able to do whatever they ask you for. You also want your content to educate your clients about the tattoo process, your specific process, or your aftercare, whatever that may be. Educating your clients about the process is going to position you as an expert in your field, and is going to attract people that want to work with you. So if there's anything that you can educate them on, I actually just today, one of my reels, I posted tips to be able to sit longer for tattoos, and it was just a breakdown of some things that a client can do beforehand and something that they can do during the tattoo. Just small little tips like that. It doesn't have to, I'm not giving away the game. If you want to gatekeep tattooing, that's all up to you. You don't have to. I'm not asking you to share tattoo tips or do tutorial videos or give a fucking seminar on social media. I'm asking you to educate your clients, tell them about your process, your way of doing things, and giving them information to position you as an expert so that they want to get tattooed by you and not the fucking scratcher down the street. But it's up to you. You get to decide. Another content goal is building trust and establishing yourself as an expert in your field, exactly like I just said. That should be one of your main content goals. Not only do we want to increase the amount of people that know about us and about what we do, we want to increase the amount of people that trust us in what we do and view us as an expert in the field. You want clients that actually engage and interact with your content. Again, I don't want 500,000 followers that aren't going to look at my page, that aren't going to get tattooed, that aren't going to share my work. They're pointless. It's a vanity metric. I don't need 500,000 people to follow me that don't fuck with my shit. I would be fine with 100 people that, repost and like every single thing that I did. If you had 100 people telling you how badass your tattoo was, like in person, you would probably shit your pants from being excited or embarrassed. Think about it like that. You're complaining that you're getting, 20, 30, 40 likes, whatever it is. But that's fucking amazing to have 20, 30, or even 10 or 15 people excited about what you're doing or posting on the internet, in a sea of millions of other people.
that's fucking awesome, dude. So don't take that lightly. You want clients that are actually engaging with you. Fuck just a vanity following of, you know, a million people. You want to create content that makes your clients want more, that they can be extremely connected with, and they look forward to seeing, and are excited to engage with. You don't want it to just be something that they're scrolling past. You don't want it to be, oh, Jay's booking again. Oh shit, he's, you know. You don't want it to be that. You want it to be, oh look, Jay just posted a reel. Wonder what he's up to today. Or Jay just posted a poll. I want to go engage with that. You know, you want to create an excitement, create a connection there. It's social media. It's not, you know, self media. Look in the mirror, you know, if you want to jerk yourself off, but you're creating content for people to be social, and you're trying to build a community and a brand. So that's what you should be doing. You want people to be excited. You want people to engage with you, and you want them to look forward to what you have to post. Creating visual content. Visual content such as photos, graphics, and videos are all powerful tools to showcase your work and attract new clients. Creating appealing and high quality visual content can help you stand out, reach your target market, grab their attention, and promote your brand effectively. But where do you get started with so many types of content? Remember, attention spans are short. Make sure that your content captures attention within 1 to 2 seconds and keeps those that are viewing actually interested. This is probably one of the toughest parts, especially because it's always changing. What works one week may not work the next, or even the next day. Constantly trying new ideas, new video hooks, new backgrounds for your videos, the tone of your voice, playing with all the different variables will help you stay on top of the attention game and give you more information and data to base your next content on. Take a look at the content that's in your feed right now. What's grabbing your attention? What are you engaging with most? Like, what stops you scrolling when you're on social media? What makes you want to leave a comment? Who creates content that you consistently want to engage with and that you look forward to? What can you do to put your own unique spin on it? When you create things you enjoy, not only is it easier to create on a consistent basis, but you're also more likely to draw in those with similar views and tastes, leading you closer to that ideal target market. You want to use the highest quality equipment that you have to capture your work accurately and upgrade when you can. And experiment and try lots of new things, especially in the beginning. Lighting, backgrounds, camera distance, and placement. You don't need the fanciest equipment to start, but you do have to get started to get better and reach that next level. It's just like when we started tattooing. If I want to get better at creating Instagram Reels or TikToks or YouTube Shorts, if I want to get better at creating any of that, I have to get started. You know, if I want to get better at tattooing, I have to get started. So you have to get started to get to that next level. Good lighting, sharp, clear images, and clean audio should be your main focus at first, regardless of the type of content or the platform that you're creating on. Learn and improve with what you've got, and then you can worry about all the newest and most advanced equipment. You want to showcase your work and your process and your range of skills and styles. People won't know what you can do unless they can see it. Sure, you can tell them what you're capable of, but as they say, I can show you better than I can tell you. When you're able to visually showcase your skill set, the different styles you do, the process behind the scenes, people have a better idea of the kind of experience they can expect, which leads them to being more likely to choose your services when that time comes. Visual content can provide the opportunity to build trust with your ideal clients in a unique way.
before they've even stepped foot in your business or contacted you. These opportunities are still new, believe it or not. They're far from oversaturated, contrary to popular belief. They're mostly underutilized in the right way and just not found in traditional marketing channels, at least at the scale that they are with online and visual content. One of the main things to remember with visual content is to remain consistent with your brand identity and style. You want everything to tie together and mesh well. You want your visual content to cover any other areas that your other marketing may have missed. Creating content that actually aligns with your values and who you are is also much easier to create. And it's going to be easier for you to create long term. If you're trying to portray an image or be something you're not, or attract people that maybe aren't necessarily your actual target, then it's going to be a lot harder to continually create that type of content. That's why I say, like, leaning into your own interest and hobbies is good, and being authentic. Don't be afraid to get a little personal. You don't have to share every single thing. Like, I don't have to share, hey, I took a shit in the bathroom this morning after I ate breakfast. Blah 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 blah. Follow me on my day. It's like, no, I like coffee. I love hanging out with my son. I'm a family man. I also enjoy business. This is what I do. Blah 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 blah. I can choose to share as much of it or as little as I want to, and you only have to share what you're comfortable with. Don't feel like you have to share everything. But the more personal stuff that you can share, the more personal interests and hobbies, you're more likely to attract people that have those same interests and hobbies and that are aligned with what you do. And like I said, I want to attract people that are aligned with me, because it's a lot easier to sit with somebody for 8 hours or for a full sleeve or a back piece when I actually enjoy the person, and have something more in common. So that's excuse me. That's something you really want to keep in mind. Your written content, such as blog posts, social media captions, your website copy, newsletters, etc. All of these are valuable tools to educate clients and establish yourself as an expert in the field. Creating well-written and informative content can help you build trust with clients and attract new business, in some cases even more effectively than visual content. I was talking about that with the reels earlier, how my best performing post right now is a carousel post. A few months ago, I made a text post on my personal page, and that text post did better than any video I had ever posted. I had more people DMing me about that post, and it was just white text on a blank screen. So don't think that you just have to create video content. You don't have to create just video content. Some people don't connect to video content. Some people are going to connect better to written content. And that is when knowing our target market, what they're aligned with, what their interests are, what their needs and preferences are, is going to come in handy. And that's why I say defining that early on, before you start making all these marketing and content goals and creating all this stuff, is the first thing you need to do, because it's going to help you, it's going to inform all your other efforts. Remember that attention spans are short. You want to capture attention as soon as you can. Something as simple as an interesting headline to your written content, or the proper emphasis, followed up with 1 or 2 strong sentences, can be enough to keep readers involved in even the longest written pieces. Written content allows you to deeper explain what it is you do, how your brand can give the market what it wants, share more of the process behind those results, and establish deeper connection while building better client relationships. Here's some tips for written content. You want to stay on topic and be descriptive. If I'm talking about marketing right now, You know, I probably shouldn't have veered into half of the topics that I was talking about. I have not quite stayed on topic, but you know, we'll get there. But yeah, you want to stay on topic, with, especially with small written content. Um, if I'm writing an Instagram caption and I want people to book an appointment, I'm not going to be telling them about a giveaway that I'm doing at the exact same time. You know, I want them involved with one thing at a time. Attention spans are short, so I want to give them the opportunity to let that idea marinate, and I only want to give them one idea or one thing to ponder or think about or take action on at a time. You want to use language that reflects your brand personality and values. If I was a Christian entrepreneur, I probably wouldn't have been cussing this entire video, or you know. But yeah, I want to use the type of language that resonates with the people that I am trying to connect with. I want to write in a clear and concise style that is easy to understand. I read a crazy statistic about reading in the United States. How most people read below a 7th grade level. So that's something that you want to keep in mind when you're creating your written content. Using verbiage that is only known by tattoo artists or in the industry is probably not your best bet. You want to create content that is relatable and on terms that people can understand. So we want to use smaller words in a clear and concise format that is easy to understand. Take out as much fluff as you can. Focus on providing value and addressing your clients' needs and concerns. So if I'm just talking, like when I clip this video down, more than half of this video is not valuable because it's me going like this or me going, you know, you want to focus on the value. So when I clip this content for Instagram, I'll cut out all of the stuff that is not of value, and I'll be able to post the most valuable clips. With your content, with your written content, I want to focus as much as I can on that value and what my clients actually need help with, their problems, their pain points that they have encountered or have stumbled upon in the past. The more I can provide that value and address those needs and concerns, the better my content is going to resonate with them. How can I go deeper or elaborate on the topic? Again, while staying clear and concise without getting too complex. And then at the very end, I think one of the best tips for creating written content or any kind of content is ask what is the specific goal of this content. I know with this live video, my goal is to help people with marketing, people that are struggling to get new clients, to understand marketing or business or content creation. I know what the goal of this content is. I'm not trying to book tattoo appointments at the same time as I'm marketing and talking about marketing. It's the same thing with your content. You want to make sure that it has a specific role and don't deviate from that as much as possible. You know, keep it one. Promoting your content. You can be the best artist in the world, but if no one knows what you do, where you do it, or how to get in contact with you, it's going to be much harder for you to grow your business the way that you want. The options to promote the content you create, your work, and the different aspects to your business are almost unlimited in today's world. Even 10 years ago, more than half these options you have today didn't even exist. Just think about where things will be in another 10. Let's go over some of the current options that you have so that you be prepared and ahead of the curve when the new options arrive in the future. So we've already talked about social media. Let me see. Alright, y'all. I think I gotta go to the bathroom, you know. I think I'm gonna wrap this up with the last, I wanna say this last part of the book. It's a really good little thing. Let's share that and call it for tonight. If y'all got any value from this, I want you to drop it in the comments. Let me know what you enjoyed most about this talk. Bottom line, marketing is essential as a tattoo artist, a shop, or any business for that matter. I know you got into tattooing because you didn't want to work a regular job or have to deal with things like marketing and operating a business. That was probably one of the biggest draws for you. Trust me, I get it. I know because I was in the exact same situation and still get caught up thinking, I don't have to worry about that. I can skip this stuff. But if you're truly wanting to grow your business, if you're wanting to stop wondering where the next client is coming from, if you want to be able to actually have time and a life outside the shop, to be able to do things that make you happy and keep you fulfilled, you need to implement the strategies and info in this video and in the complete guide to tattoo marketing. Not only will it allow you to grow your business in the short term and eventually on autopilot, this info will help you attract those ideal clients that love your work and your style, all while giving you more freedom, the ability to be more recharged, fulfilled, and ready to release those creative energies out into the world. You can achieve your goals and reap the benefits of a more successful, enjoyable, and fulfilling life and business. It all starts with the decision to make it happen. So what are you going to do? I'd say it's time to get to work. Again, I want to thank y'all all for watching this live video. It's been a pleasure. I'm going to try and start doing one of these every week. I don't know if I'll be focused on just tattoo marketing, but maybe we'll dive into another topic. Let me know in the comments, again, what was the most valuable piece of information from tonight's talk. Let me know what you want to hear more about. If you need more of this information, Instagram.com/tattoo scholar. I have tons of free videos there. I'll be sharing tons of more free videos. I will include a link in the description of this video once I've finished, and all this content will be chopped up and put onto Instagram. You can look at the content there and find my personal page, Tattoos by JG. If you look at what I'm doing right there through my content, you can see that I am taking these various steps and strategies. This isn't something that I'm just saying, that I'm just talking about. This is stuff that I have experience with. I own 2 tattoo shops. I've been tattooing for 12 years. I'm certified in social media marketing, content creation, and website SEO, and a variety of coaching and things like that. If you need any help with your marketing, your branding, anything like that, contact me on the Tattoo Scholar page on Instagram, Instagram.com/tattoo scholar. Again, I'll drop that in the description. Appreciate y'all watching. Y'all have a good night.